No. There we go. I think it's working. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Anyways, I am here tonight because I need to make a new flapper for the bellows I just made. Because for whatever reason, it's not getting enough airflow to support what it needs to. And yeah, that's my laser going on in the background. Because I'm trying my best to get things prepared. So this probably won't be a very long live stream, and I don't know why well, I do know why I'm doing it this way instead of using the computer to get the more professional qualities, because I'm using the laser. And things don't like to talk back and forth to each other. So I hope this is showing up in the right orientation for everyone else, because it is very hit or miss sometimes. And yes, my setup here is as nice as my setup at home at the shop. So if people show up, awesome. If not, we'll make do anyways. A million chargers for 1,000 different things, and I hardly know what goes to which some days. So let's just get all this cleared out so we can actually do some vuck. But yeah, I do not like the flapper, or rather, I like the flapper, I just don't like the action that the new bellows has. So we're gonna make a new flapper for that. We're gonna do it very simple, very easy. And was I smart and get all the pieces get everything assembled before I hit start? No, I wasn't. That's okay though. So we're gonna do this on the fly. With scraps. Because really, at the end of the day, that's kind of where it's at. Is using what you have. Oh, this kiddo bought this for me. He wanted to use all his money so that that's a nice piece, could make a laser gun for him. How I'm going to accomplish that is anyone's guess. It's a good piece. I can use that thin stuff I have up there for the innards. And I need a piece of plastic. So the idea is that I'll use this face down. That'll be the hinge section. Is this big enough? Yes. So what I'm going to do is use this as the hinge and the seal. It'll be facing down like that. All right. I'll get a piece of plastic, put it in here to give it some rigidity, so that when I'm pulling on the lever and forcing the bottom lung up, it doesn't just want to collapse into itself. Because knowing my luck, it will. And then I'll get another piece of leather to go around the top. I'll glue and stitch them together. And then tomorrow, I will take all of that together up to the shop, cut the hole out bigger, so it'll be a 6x6 hole. And yeah, that should give me the, I'll glue this in place. That should give me the responsiveness that I'm looking for. and because I want that bottom lung to fill as soon as it starts falling. I don't want any resistance, nothing. And the biggest issue with that right now is the flapper. It was made out of 3/4 inch plywood. It's a 4x4 hole, so it's cut 5x5. It's wrapped in this leather, which is very soft. It gives a very good seal, but it's just too small of a hole and it's too heavy of a flapper. So we're gonna fix that. Now, do I have my Kydex around here? Probably not. Because why would I have something that makes my life easier? I have 2 sheets of the stuff somewhere. But just like in the shop, I am woefully disorganized as a human being. Yeah, there's no real fire. Shut up. You're fine. It would be really nice if it would just like jump out and, yell at me like, hey, here I am. But it won't. Because that would be convenient. And apparently we don't like conveniences. Let me get the other roll of leather down. This will be the internal piece of leather. This is only 2 ounce. I make a lot of the wallets out of this stuff. That and that. So, question: if I can't find the leather that I'm looking for, or the Kydex that I'm looking for, what should I use instead? And Blake Stafford said hi, and Alexis Lavero said hi. Hello and welcome to the show. Half the time I wonder why people end up watching me, and I think it's to see when I will end up losing the last little bit of my sadness. Good vid. Thanks. My sanity. But you know what? I do have this other stuff over here. Oh, I lost it. Nope, I didn't lose it. I just moved it. So I got this stuff, some Warbler. I don't know how this will. What am I doing? I'm making a new flapper valve for the bellows I built the other day. The ones I have currently just aren't responsive enough. So I'm gonna cut the hole a little bit bigger. I used a 4x4 hole. So I'm gonna cut it 6x6. I'm gonna make a new flapper valve. And Richard Dedinger said hi. Hello, Richard. So let's see how rigid this stuff is. Maybe this will be good. I haven't opened this yet. This was bought for me a couple years ago, and I feel kind of ungrateful for not even touching it yet. And I owe the person who bought it for me a mask. I don't think that's not rigid enough. I have a bunch of 1/8 inch plywood, but I don't want to sacrifice that for this. I will if I have to. I like your vid and subscribe. Well, thank you. I don't know. I know I have Kydex. I have a couple sheets of Kydex laying around. This is this I gotta go put this back. This is not what I thought I needed. Shoot. Because it needs to be able to, you know, when you're pulling the bottom lung up, that hole gets a lot of pressure on it. So I can't have the flapper just, you know, giving way. Then I'll lose all my air pressure to fill up the top lung. So we can't have that. This has to go back. What else can I use? I mistakenly put it in here. Nope, that's a ball. What size are these? We're going to use this. There's one. There's two. So, I made these for a laser cutting project, and it just didn't work out because, well, mostly I didn't understand the properties of the laser. And Rory Perry said hi. Hello, Rory. How are we doing tonight? The idea was that if you paint this in successive colors, you could use the laser to burn off certain colors and leave the ones beneath it. So I did orange, then red, then black, because orange is supposed to keep the laser from burning through. And didn't really work. Why do people not watch your live stream? Why do people not watch your live stream that much? Well, I usually get about 10,000 people watching me when I'm in the shop. It's when I'm at home doing, you know, leather working or stuff on the computer, doing design work and stuff. People tend to not be as interested, and that's fine. But now we got some stuff we can work on, and I really need to clean out underneath. Whoa! Yahtzee! Still with me? Still with me. Well, the whole bottom of that just sheared off. That's not very live, laugh, love. That's right. That's cool. Well, thanks. And look, the bottom of that just sheared right off. Okay, well, that can go away then. I'll find that and fix that too. Let's see, how can we set you guys up here then so you could kind of sort of see what I'm doing. Bye. See you later, Alexis. So, I guess the smartest thing would be to cut this down to the 6 inches. So I could have a nice 6-inch square. Even though I got some flex there. Actually, I should probably do 7 inches to put it through a 6-inch hole. Let's see, if I do it like that, sideways, I could easily get that through. And that way I'm guaranteed even if it does like skate around a little bit, it'll still have some measure of rigidity to it. Let's do this. 7 inches long. And this is the two of them together. or 10 inches. Take 3 inches off one, glue everything together. We should be set. So put that aside, and let's start measuring. So we have inches there. So if I do 1.5 inches, 2 inches on 7 for a 6 inch, yeah. So that'll be what, 9, 8.5. Let's just do 9 inches, make everything nice and easy. And let's get my cutting mat out. So I don't start ruining things. It's a good square edge to work off of. Let's get my square out. Just verify that. Not perfect, but do we really? Oh, you're back. Oh, welcome back. Do we really care about this being perfect? It's just gonna be inside of a bellows, like no one's ever gonna see it. Might as well, right? Okay. So I want 7 inches wide. No. I'm cutting those to 7 inches. Hi, Alexis. I should do it at 7.5. I could always trim it later, right? Right. Let's do 7.5. And then we said what? 9 inches long. We got the 7.5 there. And then 7.5, 1.5 a hinge would be 9. Let's just do 10 for measure, good measure. Everyone's laughing. Cool. So, let's see here. 7.5. Back up from here, and getting a lot of love. Does that mean Jennifer is on here tonight? She's usually the one giving me all the love and compliments and all that other jazz. Okay. Ah, I knew it. You're going to pop up eventually. All right, and we'll just get this cut nice and easy. Bing, bang, boom. Miss me always. I always miss you, Jen. Why would you ever say that? Huh? Okay, so bottom part of the flapper. That's good. And what did I say? Cut 3 inches off this? Because there's 7 inches there. That's 10 inches. Yeah, so Nice little easy project that we're doing tonight. I hope I have the orientation right, but everything is all kind of wibbly wobbly. So 3 inches off the long side. Let me just double, triple check before I start cutting everything and doing stupid stuff. Yeah, that's where I want it. Right there. And then do this. And I am very upset that I couldn't find my Kydex. All right. You know, even though this is hardboard, you look very nice. Well, thank you. I'm at home trying to relax. But there ain't no rest for the wicked. All right, so we got that. Ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed. Ain't nothing in this world for free. Alright, and now the fun stuff. I probably should have marked this first. That way I know where to lay in the glue. Do you have any work? I work all the time. I have a full-time job, and I do pretty fine by myself. What exactly are you working on? I'm making a new flapper for the bellows that I just built. The bottom lung doesn't fill very fast. The flapper that I have in there, that's a 4 inch by 4 inch hole, and I use a 3/4 inch flapper. Made of 3/4 inch plywood wrapped in leather, so it has a nice seal. It's just not getting the draft that I want. So tomorrow I'm going to go down there, cut that to a 6x6 hole, and use this flapper, which is going to be significantly thinner and lighter, and hopefully I get more responsiveness out of it. Because I have a show this weekend, and that's going to be my primary mode of heating everything, is using the bellows. And your home looks organized. Yes, well, it's not. I got all that crap up there, and then that's my setup. So it might look organized, but it's not. And you're from Brazil. Spinolac. Well, welcome to my nightmare. So. Good night, all my children. Now you must lay down your heads. All right, so let's see here. I did 7.5. That's just a 1/4 inch. Right? Yeah. 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch. Let's go down here so I can get everything lined up. And do the same thing over here. Quarter. Quarter. Normally my stitch line on leather is an 1/8 inch, but I don't think there's any harm in going a little bit bigger for this, just because, well, if it needs it, it needs it. And I've never heard of women complaining about too big. Is that right, Jen? And let's see. My home looks just like yours. Oh, really now? And Spinola, Brazil and Italian. Very nice name. Turbo Tiny, hello. I am making a new flapper for a bellows. And the bellows is for a mobile smithy. And never. Really? Uh-huh. So the flapper is just not responsive enough, so the bottom lung isn't dropping and filling with air like it should be. So I am going to do my best to fix that now. And try not to get high as a kite in the process, at least on camera. Say that again in English. Bellows, the thing that goes for a forge, the thing that makes things hot for blacksmiths. The flapper is the one-way valve on a bellows. So I use a double lung bellows, which means there's a top chamber and a bottom chamber. The bottom chamber fills with air via gravity. Then that is, once that's full, you pull a lever and force that closed. And by closing that, it fills up the top chamber. Are you okay? I am fine. Come on. And I definitely need new contact cement. This stuff is a little past its prime. Work fine for this, but not for doing a pair of shoes. And the top is, once that's inflated, just the heat of it, or the weight of the wood planking forces that down. That forces the air out. So it holds in hot air. No, it holds in room temperature air, or whatever the ambient air is. And by pumping it, you inject air via a tube and then a tuyere into the fire pot. And if you blow on fire, it gets hotter. So you can get just a regular fire up to several thousand degrees. And I've gotten charcoal, like actual charcoal, not charcoal briquettes or anything, to the point where I was at a welding temperature, which means that the steel loses its magnetic properties and starts forming what is called austenite. And that is the temperature at pretty much that temperature, or just higher than that temperature, is where you weld. You can forge weld at. And that's also the temperature where if you quench it, it'll make marasonite, which is this really fine grain structure you want at the edge of a blade. Okay, that's covered. Now, should I do the black side up or down? And yeah, it's a bellows. And Forrest said hi. Hello, Forrest. Yeah, I know. Do that blow air again, kind sir. It's better in person, trust. So, whoop, deuce. Should I do the black up or the black down? I know it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. We'll do black up for now. So that means it needs to face down so I can put the glue on it. And really, once this is all locked together with stitching, this isn't really going to matter that much. On your way, I bet. Are you on your way for me to blow on you, or are you going to show me how it feels to be blown on? Or are you going to be a lovely assistant and bring me new barge cement? Because trust me, I am not above accepting donations and charity. And really, am I okay? No, I am not. I am freaking out because the forge or the bellows didn't work how I intended the first time. And I'm running out of time because I have a big show this weekend and another one next weekend. And yeah, that's one. And here's two. I know I don't need full coverage on this, but I'd prefer to get the coverage. Is the glue flammable? It is very flammable. Well, it's not really the glue that's flammable, it's the fumes. as with most things. Like wood is not flammable. The wood gas is flammable. Gasoline is not flammable. But the vapors, whoo. The vapors. Wax isn't flammable either. So, thankfully, it's going to be a couple days till this touches fire. So it should be done off gassing by then. And there's another message held for review. I'm pretty sure I probably I don't know. Nothing gets me more aroused when someone blows slowly in my Okay, well, we got the coverage on all the pieces here that we're looking for. Oh boy. So let's take a look at the laser. Can I flop this around? Yes. And it looks like that's cutting just fine. Beautiful. So what that's cutting is little ornaments. Well, that one's not. I need to pop that one out some more. Little ornaments I gotta sell. It's tiny little guys. And then Christmas trees. I'm gonna sell it as like a little kit you can take home and do with the kids or whatever. Set it up on the tree and whatever. A little dab of glue, bing, boom, you have a Christmas tree. Hooray! Now I just gotta wait for this to finish. Adorable. I know they are, aren't they? I was thinking, like what's some last minute stuff that I can do really quick, really easy, just to get some stuff out there for Christmas, because I don't really do much Christmas. I do a lot of weirder things, like this. I sell like a lot of these planchette light switches and stuff. Great idea for a moneymaker. Yeah, right? Figure it's a last minute thing, and if someone just has like, $4, $5, $6 laying around, and they don't want something bulky, instead of buying like a $30, $40, $50 knife or whatever, they can buy one of those, and then they have a thing to do, and easy. At least should be easy. I would design some more stuff in CAD to print out, but I don't have that many sheets of wood left. Otherwise I would. I would play my cello for you while we wait for the glue to dry, because waiting for glue to dry is fun. But it is out of tune, and I don't think you want to listen to me trying to tune my cello. It's right there. Boop. So, if you are interested in meeting me, I am going to be down at Eckley's Mining Village this weekend for they're doing like a Christmas show. There's going to be carolers and all this. All this talk of wood is giving me the vapors. The vapors, oh no. I should have scotch. I don't have enough to have a full glass, though. No. I'm going to stick with my plan. That goes into the dead jar. And when the dead jar is full, I'm having a party. So I'm going to be at Eckley's Mining Village Saturday and Sunday, this coming Saturday and Sunday, in the cold, smithing, outside, in the cold. Did I mention it's going to be outside in the cold? Or at least I am. All the other vendors are going to be in like houses and stuff. Not me. But yeah, I'll just be out there, making shit and talking to people and trying to have a good time. I wonder if this increases the air volume enough, if I could run anthracites in the fire pot. I should be able to. How did I learn the trade? Spite. Pretty much the same way I learned everything, through spite. I learned the cello out of spite. I initially wanted a knife to go camping because there's going to be the big family camping trip down the river. And my dad said, no, you do not get a knife. Your grades aren't good enough. So I said, I'm going to make one. And I did. It was ugly, but it's mine. And that was going to be the end of it. And then a couple of years later, I found an old box spring in the woods, and I cut that apart and used the steel ribs to make swords for me and all my friends to sword fight with. I got a dent in my skull right there. Because my parents said I couldn't have a sword, so I went out and made one. I made 6 or 7 of them. So I didn't want any more brain damage, so I made a helmet. And after making these training swords and a knife and a helmet, I was just hooked. I couldn't stop making stuff after that. It was just an absolute blast knowing that I could just do things. And this is really before Google, so I would just go onto forums and go to the library, and I made a lot of mistakes and broke a lot of tools. But I learned. Got a few lifelong injuries from it too. Skin and molten steel do not mix. And you wearing your kilt? No. I'm wearing pants. I'm wearing a beat up pair of sweatpants. And I probably won't be wearing it on Saturday or Sunday either, because it might just be too cold. And yeah, to the show. Oh, maybe not. We're gonna see what the ambient temperature is gonna be out that day, but it's supposed to be a little windy, and now I'm not gonna tell my kids not to do drugs. You know what? I found, because I have a youngling as well. Don't tell them what to do or what not to do. I tell mine what the consequences of what he's going to do will be. And I am very honest and very graphic with it. Certain things won't hurt you when you're an adult. Certain things will destroy your life and give you this, that, and the other. So I just tell them exactly like it is. It's always opposite day with them. Yeah. Mine likes to find my last nerve and push it over and over and over. So yeah, kids, do all the drugs you want. Just know what the consequences are. And if you can accept those consequences, me telling you to or not to do the drugs was not going to be a dissuasion in the first place. Ooh. Pardon me. However, usually most people who are doing drugs or are hooked on drugs are using that as a way to self-medicate anyways. So you need to find the underlying problem as to why these people are self-medicating. Okay, this should be... let's call that good enough. I had to be mom and dad to my son. I was very honest with them. Yeah. Okay, you can kind of see what I'm doing there. They'll probably fall over, but, whatever. Okay, we'll do the far edge here first. Oop. Nope, nope, nope. Shit. Yep, well, that's what we're going with. And then this is way too big for that. Well, folks, I screwed up. So we're just going to roll with it. Oops. Okay, so plan C. I will now try and cut this. Yeah, I screwed up. Okay, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out, because that's what we do. Let's see if I can get this to a better. There we go. Oops. You got this. I know, it's just frustrating when things don't go according to plan. You know? But this is pretty much just hardboard anyways, so we can make it work. There we go. That glue is no joke. No, it's not. Okay, so there's flip. I know I got a little cut there. That's fine. That's just fine. That should let a lot more air come through. So, next thing. Okay, we can put this aside for now. And then that is the full set. Full roll of leather. Let me get the other one here. And who just joined? Bailey. Hello, Bailey. How are we doing today? Okay, so let's just cut a way oversized piece, and then we'll trim it up to. Should we bring back sharecropping? No. What kind of a question is that? Let's see. Sharecroppers don't have to worry about inflation at the grocery store. Because I'm at my desk, I do have my computer available to me. Ooh, and there's only an hour and a half left on that cut. Sharecropping. Landowner allows a tenant to use a piece of land in exchange for a share of the crop produced. So, you do not own the land. You are not even technically renting it. This system, which rose to prominence in the post-Civil War American South, was created due to a lack of cash. No, that was due to racism, and I am 1000% against racism. Seems not really that what being from a different waggy. Except you get food. You know what? You can go outside and grow your own food. You can go to a co-op, put a little money in, get a little plot of land somewhere, even in a big city, and grow your own food. From a waggy? What the hell is a waggy? I don't have land. I'd have to share crop. So in that case, you would be taken out of where you live now and put somewhere to grow food for someone else in exchange for your continued existence and a slight amount of that food. That's not a great plan. Seems better than working in an office. Maybe for you. I love my office job. I also love working for myself. But sharecropping is just racism with 2 or 3 extra steps. So, let's see here. Instead of running numbers, we can just trace. Is it still racist if I want to be a sharecropper? Okay, well, you're still going to have a master, and you're still going to have a bunch of other people telling you what to do, where to go, and everything else, including everyone else working on that farm for nothing but a little bit of space and some of the food. And as soon as you are not able to produce that food, you are then kicked off and kicked out. Is that a cello? Yes, it is. I'm a cellist in my spare time. That seems like just normal job with less steps. Not really, because you have protections. You have workers' rights. As a sharecropper, you don't really get any. Again, seems like normal job, but with less steps. You know what? Why don't you go be the change that you want to see in this world? And come back to me. Till then, I'm going to be right here. And since this is just going to be a flapper on the inside of a set of bellows, I'm not even going to bother using a scratch awl or anything. I'm just going to trace it. Not in America, especially not in a right-to-work state. Well, have you researched what right-to-work means? The boss can't just fire you because he doesn't like you. There actually has to be a legitimate reason for them to fire you, otherwise you can sue. I'm for it if the crop is ganja. You go do you then. I'm actually going to cut way outside these lines because I still have that little lip to contend with. I have to do this and not screw everything up. At-will employment means you can be fired for any or no reason. No, it really doesn't. Hey, you can argue till you're blue in the face, but that doesn't mean you're right. It's usually better to make the person being fired think it's his idea to leave. Yes, it usually is. It's also in the interest of employers, especially larger employers, to make and propagate the lie that you have believed. At will means you could be fired for whatever reason. All at will really means is that you are not held to a contract to stay or leave. It means you can quit at any time without being fined or fired or otherwise harassed by your former employer. And to be honest, this is a show about making things. So if you want to talk about wages, why don't you go argue with someone who has a channel that is focused on that sort of thing. What you making? I am making a new flapper for my bellows for the mobile smithy that I have. I basically rebuilt my entire blacksmith workshop, the mobile one, to do shows and stuff, but the bellows just aren't working out how I wanted them to. They're not as responsive as they should be, and I think it's an airflow problem, so we're fixing that. Let's see. Jennifer, I could run the business I was in, but couldn't hire or fire. I just couldn't do it. Yeah, that's something. And Turbo, I got 99 smithing in OSRS. What is OSRS? It's funny how much blacksmithing stuff isn't actually blacksmithing. One of the reasons I like to use this leather, even though it's really thin, I use it for as much as I can. Because, one, it's cheap. Old school RuneScape. I don't play very many video games. Mostly because I don't have the free time to, unfortunately. Well, Minecraft, a little Race the Sun, maybe some Halo if I'm feeling spicy. That's pretty much all I got in me. What time is it, by the way? Because I need to make dinner at some point. And I know I'm not being very careful with my glue up here. But this is just going to get a coat of wax. And what am I cooking? I am going to cook some, I'm going to do baked chicken with rice. I think I'm going to do mixed vegetables. Do enough for tonight. Maybe have some for tomorrow as well. I just want to get this spread on here as quickly as I can because quicker this is done, the quicker I can start on the next tasks, like making dinner. That's that. I will need to bring this with me tomorrow night so I can glue this bloody thing in place. And let's see. What's the name of the city where the show will be? It's in Eckerley. Eckley. Eckley's mining village. It's near Honesdale, I believe. And which nation had the best smithies? Well, it kind of depends on what you want to call best. That's like saying, what's the best sword? There isn't one. If truth be told, there is no best sword. There is no best armor. It's for whatever condition it is in. Will it be the best for that specific condition? Like a katana sucks at everything but what it was very specifically designed for. So does an English longsword. They were designed for very specific use cases. But while we're waiting on that to dry so we can start assembling this properly, let's check on the laser, see how we're doing over here. Bloop. All right, we made some progress. So, yeah, it all really depends. Like, Vikings had a lot of good smiths. So did the English. So did a lot of the Islamic countries. And like, it's all very dependent upon, your use case to what you're doing, and the how and the why you're doing it, and what materials you have to work with. See, it is quarter after 9. I think I have enough time to finish this up. Seems like we keep losing people, because now I only have one person here, and whatever. This isn't the fancy banging a hammer with hot metal thing. I'm getting old, that hurt. You are fire. Oh, is that why I'm always smoking when I start thinking? What's this? Oh, a little gnome I did. Actually, I traced this off some coffee I got. They made a little gnome patch for the lady who I got the coffee from. I still need to finish doing that collaboration with her. It's got to make a bunch of wallets and stuff with her little gnome guys on them to sell. She's one of the sellers at the vape shop. Where I sell all my stuff at. But hey, if you can come down, that'd be awesome. If you can't, I understand. It's going to be cold and everything else. Almost dry. Usually takes about 5 minutes. Seems like it's going a little bit faster now. What was that bang? Yeah, maybe the white trash neighbors are doing something. I always thought the best smithies were the Celts. Why is that? Now, they did do a lot of the Celts did a lot of really pretty stuff, but they were more with white smithing, tinsmithing, goldsmithing, that sort of thing. But they did do pretty work. I'm gonna need my bone folder for the next part. Let me get that out now. I will get my walker and head on up. All right. You keep saying that, but you still have yet to appear at the shop and start cleaning. Hopefully I don't screw up this glue up. I don't think I really can. Famous last words. And Rightum said hi. Hello, Rightum. Okay. Now, let's start here. Just grab these edges. Start working those down. Alright. And, what was that? Kingsley Tan said hi. Hello, Kingsley Tan. I am making a pair of flappers, or making a flapper for a set of bellows. Because I have a mobile smithy. And my country time, it is 9 something. Quarter after 9, 9:20. Let's go to the back side here. Let's just get a good set on this. Time morning, yet night. It is nighttime, so I guess the proper time to call this would be, 21 something hours. Okay, so yeah, it did get a little crooked. That's okay. Let's come trim this. I see why I made it so oversized. I knew I was going to screw up something somewhere somehow. And we're going to cut this again after I stitch it. It is 7:23 a.m. here in Pakistan. Nice. I don't know if I have anyone from Pakistan on the show yet or not. So welcome. I think you might be the first Pakistani here. I'm assuming you're Pakistani, saying, you know, that you're in Pakistan, but it's not necessarily the case, is it? Way better when I do it in the marble over the table. Oh, Candy Can, I have to go. Enjoyed hearing your stories tonight. Stay warm. Well there, Jen. I'd love to be your candy cane, but since you're not here, you have yourself a fantastic night, and you're welcome for the stories. And I'll do 3 or 4 different stitch lines on this, just so it's nice and even and less chance of failure. Let's see. Right. I put a lot of effort into my channel and believe I create very good content, but I'm struggling with getting my short videos to go viral. Do I have any expert advice or suggestions that could help? Well, you have to do something that is usually very catching, because especially with shorts, the people who tend to watch a lot of shorts are usually people with very short attention spans. So you need to be able to get on there and grab that attention immediately and hold it for the entire, 30, 40, 50 seconds. Which is kind of hard to do in such a short format because there's no really easy way to get a good, fast engagement. I'm not sure what kind of channel you have or what your content is like, but that is my advice to you. Find a way to be fast and engaging. Channel 3. further. Like with a lot of the blacksmithing stuff that I do, where's that thing? It has all of my needles on it. That is poof gone. Oh, looks like I'm opening up 2 new needles for this project. Do I have to? Yes. There's one. There's 2. So what kind of content do you make on a regular basis? I don't need that, and I won't need that. Now, yeah, this will be easy since this is a stiff piece. I swear, one of these days I really do need to get myself a stitching pony. Like when I am trying to specifically make a short, I try to do the most dramatic or engaging thing I can at that moment. Usually with blacksmithing, it is some big cut or quenching something or doing a nice twist on a piece of metal that's blaring hot. You know what? Why am I holding this with my legs? What is wrong with me? Look at that, much easier. And love from New Zealand and Angelia Williams. Hello, hello. From New Zealand. I don't think I've gotten anyone from New Zealand watching me before. At least not on the live streams. That's cool. How's the weather down there? Sunny. Oh, that's beautiful. It is. Well, where I'm at, it is nighttime, and it is cold. Jennifer, tell me the name of the place for this weekend, please. That is Eckley's Mining Village. I believe there's only one of them. It's up around the Honesdale area. And they're doing a whole Christmas thing for the whole village. Now, the whole village is more or less a museum. So it's all historical stuff from, the mining days and all that jazz. Thanks, baby candy cane. That's one stitch line. That didn't take too long now, did it? No, it did not. Found it. Awesome. Well, if you're able to attend, that'd be cool. If not, I fully understand. See, isn't that a pretty stitch line? 3 more. We'll get this all trimmed up. Look, that's already a much more responsive flapper. Let's do this far side here, just to keep things all copacetic. But if you are able to come, you are very good at your craft. Thank you. I don't think I am, but I'm glad you do. So that's one. Oh. 3. Well, if you are able to come, you can grab yourself your own Knightsmith merchandise. Now, isn't that incentive to drive up there in the cold? All right. Of course. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's back that out. Let's try this once more. And I know I could do a solid stitch line around the whole thing, but I don't care that much. This is just to make sure nothing comes apart. It's not really, doesn't need to be pretty, it needs to be functional. And realistically, both of the flappers probably should be like this, but because I can force the top one with mechanical advantage, it's not really, 9 hours. That's a bit of a drive. Sorry to hear that. But with mechanical advantage, I should be able to use the top one, no problem. It's the bottom one that I have really no say on, which is the problem. So this is how I'm having my say. one day I'll probably get myself a machine for sewing leather. Or I'll just get an apprentice. Will you come get me? If I didn't have to set up, if I didn't have to drive an hour myself to go to get everything set up. Oh, hush up, you. It's not a real fire. I know it's not. The fire alarm on my laser is a little touchy. But I wanted a touchy fire alarm because I burned up the last 2 lasers. And down. Back up. I'm going to go with that. Alright, and will you come get me? I wish I could. Got it. The dude making a leather nutsack holder. No, that would be this. So I could carry yours around with me if I need to. Will we finish with this before my phone dies? We should be able to. Post pictures from the weekend. Oh, I'll definitely post pictures, and I'll probably live stream if there's service. I don't think there really is in that region. If I can, I will post pictures, and I'll live stream setting up. If I'm able to. You know, I did it again. What the deuce? Some days I can't even believe myself. Cool. You're welcome. Coolaroonie, yo. Like totally tubular. It's all gravy, baby. Oh, yeah, sometimes it's baby gravy. And maybe, just maybe, it's Maybelline. Dumbass. Yeah, I get called that a lot. Lucky you're so cute. Ma'am, you must need to get your eyes checked. You hitched or got a girlfriend? Well, I ain't married no longer. I do have a partner. No problem with getting a second partner though, or third. Big house, a lot of land, a couple animals, a bunch of kids running around. Tried the marriage thing, didn't work out. So I got a youngling trying the marriage thing. Still worth it. Because the youngling is pretty awesome. Much better than I deserve. I'm not looking to get married, did that once. Yeah, well. So then, what are you looking for? Are you gay? No, but $20 is $20. Why are you looking? He is gay. Oh, sure. What is that? Tom Daniel. Oh, you definitely like. I mean, if you're interested, I'm not gonna. Are you Rainer Winkler? No. Drench Lord? Nope. But hey, if I make you drench, that's your own. That's between you and your Kleenex. Drench Lord. What kind of a cringy ass name is that? Alright, last stitch. Not looking for anything really. I like my newfound freedom. Freedom can be fun. What are you recently divorced then? Or are you widowed? And I thought you said you were going. Or am I that just alluring to you? Just do one of this. Keep things consistent and I would say make things easier for myself, but widow for 11 years. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your husband's passing. But what do you mean your newfound freedom? Or did you just have your awakening? God damn it. You like lesbian? I mean, I don't mind watching, and I don't mind being friends with lesbians, but I'm a dude. There's no chance for me to do anything with them, so it's kind of a stupid question. I wouldn't say stupid question, but very not intelligent. That damn fire alarm going off again. Sadly, this is like the most leather work I've done in quite a while. So I'm a little slow on the stitch. And Jen, if I'm asking too personal questions, you can't just ignore me. Lily Cat. Hello, SD Digital, and suck my D. Oh, it's a lowercase d, so that must mean it's like a choking hazard in the small parts. You can go away now. And Lily Cat. Yeah, really, really cute child. Sorry, SD, I do not read that language. But hello nonetheless. And Jen, I moved away from the control of my children. I had a partner, left in March, and moved to Tennessee. Tennessee? Ooh. From the control of your children. Or are they trying to tell you what to do with your life? That's never fun. Holy cat. Don't be offended. That's Australian, New Zealand talk. Ah. Well, how am I supposed to know you're from down under and all that jazz? And trust me, it would take a lot to offend me. You're fine. Most people talk like that around here are very young and should not be watching my show. I'm sorry, SD, but if you want to try and communicate with me, you're going to have to use a different language. I do not understand that one. I apologize for my ignorance to your language. Come on, there's only like 2 stitches left. All right. Or if someone could do me the flavor and take whatever they're posting and translate it for me so I could understand what these people are saying, I would appreciate that. Let's see, you live with your son. We get along great. Wonderful. All right, before I start trimming, does this still work? Looks like it works fine. Let's trim. I'm just freehanding this, so I can definitely screw it up. Hello, man. Hello. And I apologize for not speaking whatever language you're speaking. I'm not sure if that was, Arabic or Indian or Farsi or what. So I apologize for not being able to understand you. How am I doing? I'm doing fantastic, especially now that this is almost done. How about yourself? Let's just dress the corners a little bit. Shall we? We shall. There. I am working on making a new flapper for a set of bellows. I'm a blacksmith. One of the many things I do. So yes, I am working. And we can take that, put that away. It's not perfect, but it should definitely do the trick. And which country? United States of America. Unfortunately. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about burnishing these edges too much. I am going to seal them. Just really quickly. A little bit of beeswax. USA, yep. And if you give me just one moment, I need to get a paper towel. Forgot to grab that too. And I'm back. Now, glazer, no. Carnauba. Or should I just use the Resolene for the sealer? We're just going to go with Resolene. Now, we're going to do Resolene and wax. Technically speaking, this is not my best work, but it is what it is, and this took me way longer to do than I thought it was going to. Just one coat of Resolene should be good enough, I think. Oops. Let's do a coat on this side. And this is just to help prevent any nastiness with moisture and stuff. One more, just right in this edge there that I accidentally cut. This time night? Yes, it is. It is nighttime right now. Quick come there. You know what? Screw it. We'll do a little bit of wax. Looks nice, doesn't it? It does. Because I should still have a few. I still have 8% left. Enjoyed getting to ask personal questions. Hey, you can ask any questions you want. Always. You should know this by now. Or morning. Tame. No, it's evening. It's nighttime. PM. Post meridian. Yeah. Give it another moment. We'll buff that off. I know this doesn't really need the wax because I already put the Resolene. I am India from. Oh, you're from India. Awesome. There's one person from Pakistan, one person from India. Some people from New Zealand and Australia. And nice. Your partner, is this a serious thing or can I buy her off? Well, you can either buy her off or, if you ask nicely enough and get along with her, join. So there's the flapper. I know it's very basic. And how do you know it's a her? Might be a him, might be a them. But that seems like it has enough weight on it to fall down nice and easy and not so stiff or heavy. That's going to be too hard to lift up. Let's check on the laser one last time before we go. And then I can start uploading this. And it's almost there. I show you the little tree. cute, isn't it? Anyways, that's it for tonight. I need to go start making dinner and start getting all my stuff, organized and stuff for this weekend, because I'm going to go nuts if I don't start it now. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. And thank you for helping make this world better. Won't care for your time. And subscribe to your channel. Let's see you next time, bae. All right, that'd be awesome. Y'all take care.